The girl accidentally drops the crystal ball onto the ground, and only then does she realize that a gigantic shark is staring at her without blinking. In the next second, the people who hear her scream rush over in panic. Fortunately, the girl is not injured. However, a deep, circular bite mark is clearly left on the hardened tempered glass. The girl tells her mother that there is a monster in the deep sea watching them. At first, no one believes her, and thinks it was just a prank caused by a playful blue whale. But suddenly a shark bursts out and tears the blue whale in half in an instant. You must understand that the blue whale is currently the largest living creature known to exist on Earth. The only possibility of swallowing it in a single bite is a prehistoric creature that went extinct over 2 million years ago. The Megalodon. This shark can reach a length of 20 to 30 meters and weigh an astonishing 70 to 80 tons. With no natural predators, it was once known as the true ruler of the ocean. But how could this prehistoric beast that has been extinct for millions of years suddenly appear again? It turns out that not long ago, scientists made a shocking discovery that the Mariana Trench, known as the deepest part of the ocean, is not actually the true seafloor. Instead, it is covered by a cloud-like substance known as hydrogen sulfide. Scientists refer to this layer as the ocean's thermocline at the seabed. After exploration, they discovered that beneath the thermocline may exist a mysterious world. Perhaps this place hides many earth-shattering secrets still unknown to humanity. To verify this theory, an invisible billionaire invests a massive fortune to build a deep-sea research center in the Mariana Trench. They send an experienced deep-sea exploration team, starting from more than 10,000 meters below the ocean surface. Their mission is to pass through the thermocline and reach the unknown world beneath. Things unfold exactly as they had imagined. The moment countless lights illuminate the darkness, tens of thousands of unknown creatures appear before their eyes. This place can truly be called the ninth wonder of the world. This astonishing discovery excites everyone present beyond words. The scientists immediately deploy Explorer 1, a deep-sea exploration device. This device ignores terrain limitations and helps submarines collect various biological samples from the seabed. As he looks at this never-before-seen ecosystem, the billionaire can already sense wealth and fame calling his name. But at that very moment, the deep-sea probe suddenly emits a piercing alarm. The radar shows a massive object rapidly approaching them. Facing such unknown creatures in this mysterious world, they dare not act recklessly. They turn on all the probe's lights, hoping to capture clear images of the creature. Before anyone can react, the probe suddenly loses all contact. They initially believe a landslide caused the signal failure, but the shattered remains of the rover look as if they were just bitten apart by some creature. To be safe, the command center orders the submarine to immediately adjust its position and retreat. But when the scientists realize the unknown creature is charging toward them again, it is already too late. Repeated violent impacts cause the submarine's equipment to completely fail. Several scientists even go missing on the spot. No one knows what kind of monster attacked the submarine. The only thing confirmed is that the life signs of the 3 missing scientists remain stable. Rescuing them from a depth of over 10,000 meters is nearly impossible. At present, only one person has ever succeeded in a rescue at such depth, and that person is Jonas. He once descended alone to more than 10,000 meters to carry out a rescue mission. Although he saved most of the crew during the crisis, he still left some behind to face their fate at the seabed. Afterward, Jonas claimed he encountered an unknown deep-sea giant. But no one was willing to believe him. As a result, he was branded with the reputation of abandoning his teammates. Unable to face reality, Jonas quits rescue work and moves to Thailand to live a quiet life. When the doctor asks him for help this time, he initially refuses. But when he learns that his ex-wife is part of the deep-sea expedition team, Jonas reluctantly agrees to return. However, before Jonas arrives, they encounter a new problem as the submarine is struck again. The oxygen supply inside is now only enough for 2 hours. As a biologist, Suyin ignores all objections and insists on leaving immediately, even if there is only a slim chance to save her teammates. Suyin pilots the glider alone into the deep sea, but just as she locates the submarine, she is suddenly attacked. She quickly adjusts her position and carefully observes her surroundings as the pitch-black depths and unknown dangers weigh heavily on her mind. Suddenly, a tentacle slams toward her, followed by a second and a third. It turns out a giant Humboldt squid mistakes the glowing submarine for food. Its massive suction cups clamp tightly onto the hull, and just as the glider is about to collapse under pressure, purple-red blood suddenly spreads as the suction cups begin to slide off one by one. Only then does she see a massive mouth snatch the squid and rush past her eyes, revealing the true cause of all the destruction, the Megalodon. Unknown to her, the earlier attack has already damaged the glider's systems, and after devouring the squid, the Megalodon is still not satisfied as it charges straight towards Suyin again. At the critical moment, flares streak across from above, drawing the shark away, allowing Suyin to escape the thermocline. Relying on years of rescue experience, Jonas precisely docks the two submarines together, and when he opens the valve, he discovers the lower hatch has already been bitten out of shape. With no other option, he cuts it off with a welding torch and uses hydraulics to restore the steel pipe, allowing the hatch to open. Seeing his ex-wife alive finally releases the tension in Jonas's heart, but just as he rescues her, the alarm sounds again, as the Megalodon has followed them. If both submarines are attacked now, survival is nearly impossible. At the decisive moment, Xiaopeng closes the hatch, forces the submarines to detach, and turns on all the lights, intending to sacrifice himself. As a massive mouth lunges forward, a violent explosion echoes through the ocean trench, and the submarine is destroyed, along with Xiaopeng, while the Megalodon escapes unharmed. The two remaining scientists are rescued, but they do not realize the explosion has torn open the thermocline, allowing the Megalodon to enter the human world. It first targets the little girl on the lowest level of the facility, and when adults find her, she is trembling and calling Jonas's name. Jonas notices the shocking bite marks on the glass, knowing whales could never leave such teeth marks. The whale crashes into the glass as if begging for help before being bitten in half by the Megalodon. Although emergency protocols are activated, it is too late as nearby fishing boats are destroyed within minutes. Realizing the shark's intelligence, Jonas disguises himself in a shark suit and approaches with a tranquilizer rifle. After initial success, the Megalodon counterattacks, forcing Jonas to escape narrowly. The second step is to coat the harpoon gun with poison. Under normal circumstances, only 10 milliliters is enough to knock a killer whale unconscious, and 20 milligrams can be fatal. But for the Megalodon, they decide to use an entire full bottle. The scientists arrange for Suyin to carry the harpoon gun and enter a specially customized anti-shark cage. After she descends into the deep sea, they scatter more than 300 kilograms of beef organs around to use the bloody scent to lure the Megalodon in and trap it in one strike. However, the intelligence of the Megalodon far exceeds the scientists' expectations. Although the detector clearly shows it is nearby, Suyin cannot see it at all. In the next second, the Megalodon appears to be observing its prey as it slowly circles the cage, searching for weaknesses instead of attacking immediately. Suyin tries to aim the harpoon at its eyes, but the shark senses the danger and quickly retreats from the cage. Just when everyone thinks it has given up, it suddenly launches a surprise attack from another direction. The entire anti-shark cage is bitten and dragged violently as the enormous force snaps the crane on the spot. Amid the chaos, Suyin fires a shot directly into the shark's mouth. Although all the poison enters its body, the effect is not obvious. Completely enraged, the Megalodon bites down on the cage, and since it cannot crush it, decides to swallow it whole. At the critical moment, Jonas carries oxygen and jumps into the sea toward the Megalodon, following the steel cable to rescue Suyin. But the frenzied shark is still struggling as it drags the entire yacht forward, causing the overloaded crane to break instantly. Although the cage temporarily escapes from the shark's mouth, Suyin's oxygen supply rapidly leaks. Fortunately, Jonas opens the cage in time, allowing her to avoid falling into the deep sea with the crane. Yet the Megalodon does not give up and charges toward them at extreme speed with its jaws wide open. Only because the steel cable catches on its dorsal fin do they narrowly survive. As the poison gradually spreads through its body, the Megalodon that has lived for millions of years finally dies. When Suyin wakes up from unconsciousness, the shark has already been hoisted onto the ship, and the scientists excitedly take photos with the prehistoric beast, even posing in front of its massive jaws. The sudden movement of the shark scares Xiaopeng into falling into the sea, but it turns out to be a false alarm. Everyone laughs at him as a coward while he shows off in the water trying to post online. However, in the next second, an even larger Megalodon bursts out of the sea and bites the captured shark, revealing that the one they caught was only a juvenile. The adult Megalodon flips the yacht with a slight swing of its body, and nearly half of the scientists are instantly killed. Fortunately, 2 speedboats on board allow the remaining people to escape. But they still underestimate the shark's intelligence as it follows them for dozens of kilometers without leaving. Only when the billionaire dispatches helicopters to repeatedly attack does the Megalodon temporarily retreat. That night, the billionaire secretly forms a poaching team carrying hundreds of kilograms of deep-sea explosives determined to kill the monster. They remotely drop the bombs from a safe distance, believing nothing could survive. But when the billionaire approaches the body, he discovers they killed a whale, and the Megalodon had hidden beneath it, waiting to feed. The billionaire is instantly killed and becomes the shark's final meal. After learning of his reckless actions, the base team can no longer remain passive and track the shark's next target, which turns out to be the tourist city of Sanya. Unaware of the danger, the tourists panic as the Megalodon attacks indiscriminately. When hope is nearly lost, the research team arrives and uses sonar to mimic whale sounds to lure the shark. Jonas and Suyin confront it in shallow waters where the Megalodon loses its size advantage. After a brutal battle, Jonas shatters his cockpit and drives a harpoon through the shark's eye straight into its brain. As the ancient ruler falls and sinks, other great white sharks devour it. The sea finally returns to calm. Yet a juvenile Megalodon crawls out from its mouth, reminding humanity that exploration must be carried out with respect for nature and life.